Hello everybody, happy Easter. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 450, Easter in the Garden, a family egg hunt adventure. Upper beginner. It was a bright and sunny Easter Sunday morning. The birds were singing, and the air smelled fresh with the scent of spring flowers. Emma, aged 6, and her older brother Max, who was 8, were already dressed in their colourful clothes. They were both very excited because it was time for their family's annual Easter egg hunt. Their mum and dad had spent the early morning hiding chocolate eggs and treats all around the back garden. Some were big and shiny, wrapped in gold and silver foil. Others were small and cleverly hidden inside flower pots, bushes, or behind garden ornaments. Their yellow Labrador, Daisy, was also excited. She didn't understand Easter, but she loved to run around the garden and join in the fun. "Ready, set, go!" shouted Mum. Max and Emma ran into the garden with their Easter baskets in their hands. Daisy barked happily and followed them, her tail wagging quickly. The hunt had begun. Max ran straight to the big tree at the end of the garden. He remembered that last year there had been eggs hidden in the branches. He looked carefully and smiled when he saw a shiny blue egg on one of the lower branches. He stretched up, grabbed it, and placed it gently in his basket. Emma was checking under the garden bench. She found a small pink egg behind one of the legs. "Found one!" she shouted with joy. Daisy came over, sniffing the egg in Emma's hands, but decided it wasn't a ball and walked away. "Daisy, you're supposed to help," laughed Emma, patting the dog's head. Meanwhile, Max had found 3 more eggs, one in a flower pot, one behind the watering can, and one next to the garden gnome. He was very focused and wanted to find more eggs than his sister, but Emma was doing well too. She discovered a silver egg hidden in the birdhouse and a little chocolate bunny behind the garden hose. Suddenly Daisy began to bark near the shed. "What is it, girl?" called Dad, walking over. Daisy was digging gently near a bush. Emma and Max ran over. "Did she find something?" Max asked. Dad looked and laughed. "It seems like she's found the biggest egg of all." Half buried under some leaves was a giant golden egg. With Dad's help, the children pulled it out and placed it in Emma's basket. "Well done, Daisy," said Mum. "You're part of the team." Daisy wagged her tail proudly. The hunt continued. There were eggs hidden in the trees, in the grass, and even hanging from the washing line. Max found a tiny egg on top of the garden wall, and Emma spotted a chocolate chick inside one of Mum's flower pots. Their baskets were getting heavier with all the treats they were collecting. After about 30 minutes, Mum called out, "That's all of them. Time to count what you've got." The children sat on a picnic blanket, excited to see who had found the most. Max had collected 15 eggs and 1 bunny. Emma had found 13 eggs, 2 bunnies, and the giant golden egg. "I think it's a draw," said Dad with a smile. "You both did really well." "And Daisy helped too," added Mum. They gave Daisy a special dog-friendly treat and lots of cuddles. Then the family sat together, enjoying the sunny morning and sharing some of their chocolate. It had been a perfect Easter egg hunt, full of laughter, teamwork, and fun. As Daisy lay on the grass, tired and happy, Emma whispered, "Let's do this again next year." Max nodded, his mouth full of chocolate. And so the Easter garden adventure ended with chocolate-stained smiles, full baskets, and a very happy dog. Vocabulary notes. Excited, adjective. Meaning, feeling very happy and enthusiastic about something that is going to happen. Example, they were both very excited because it was time for their family's annual Easter egg hunt. Similar words, thrilled, delighted, overjoyed, eager. Extra example. The children were excited to open their presents on Christmas morning. Wrapped, verb, past tense of wrap. Meaning covered in paper or other material, especially for decoration or protection. Example, some were big and shiny, wrapped in gold and silver foil. Similar words, covered, enclosed, packaged. Extra example, she wrapped the gift in colourful paper and tied a bow on top. Cleverly, adverb, meaning in a smart or skillful way, showing intelligence or creativity. Example, others were small and cleverly hidden inside flower pots, bushes. Similar words, smartly, skillfully, ingeniously. Extra example, he cleverly solved the puzzle before anyone else. Ornaments, noun, plural, meaning decorative objects usually used to make a place look nice. Example, behind garden ornaments. Similar words, decorations, trinkets, embellishments. Extra example, the Christmas tree was covered in shiny ornaments and lights. Basket, noun, meaning a container made of woven material often used for carrying things. Example, Emma and Max ran out into the garden with their Easter baskets in their hands. Similar words, hamper, container, carrier. Extra example, she carried a basket full of apples from the orchard. Barked, verb, past tense of bark, meaning the short, loud sound that a dog makes. Example, Daisy barked happily and followed them. Similar words, yapped, howled, slightly different, growled, angrier sound. Extra example, the dog barked when the postman arrived at the door. Sniffing, verb, from sniff, meaning smelling something by taking air in through the nose. Example, Daisy came over sniffing the egg in Emma's hand. Similar words, smelling, inhaling, scenting. Extra example, the dog was sniffing around the kitchen for food. Stretched, verb, past tense of stretch, meaning to reach out your body or part of your body to get something. Example, he stretched up, grabbed it and placed it gently in his basket. Similar words, reached, extended, leaned. Extra example, she stretched across the table to pick up her phone. Gently, adverb, meaning in a soft, careful or kind way. Example, Daisy was digging gently near a bush. Similar words, softly, carefully, lightly. Extra example, he held the baby gently in his arms. Teamwork, noun, meaning the act of working together as a group to achieve something. Example, it had been a perfect Easter egg hunt, full of laughter, teamwork and fun. Similar words, cooperation, collaboration, partnership. Extra example, good teamwork is important in sports and group projects. Story written by ChatGPT AI. Image created by ChatGPT AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.